Let's be real for a second. Who hasn't had that dream? The one where you quit your 9 to 5 and make a killing just trading from your laptop. It's like the ultimate picture of freedom, right? But how real is that dream? Let's dig in. You've seen it everywhere, right? All those online gurus and courses promising you the secret, the key to live off trading. It sounds so good, doesn't it? Just you, your computer, and the path to beating the entire system. Okay, but here's the tough question we have to ask. What if the whole game, the very way it's built from the ground up, is actually rigged against you from the start? What if it's designed to make the average person fail?
To really get why, we need to look at the cold, hard math of it all. This isn't about feelings or opinions. This is about the fundamental mechanics of the market.
First things first, we've got to understand the huge difference between investing and trading. Investing is about growing the whole economic pie. Think about funding a new company, or, way back when, a merchant ship. You're creating new value. Trading? Well, trading isn't about making the pie bigger. It's about fighting over the slices that are already there.
And that leads us straight to this concept called a zero-sum game. It's pretty simple. For every single winner, there has to be a loser. Every dollar you make, someone else has to lose. It's a direct transfer of cash from their pocket to yours, or vice versa.
But here's the real kicker. It's not even a fair fight. Trading isn't a zero-sum game, it's actually worse. It's a negative-sum game. And what on earth does that mean?
It means money is constantly being sucked out of the game. Just think about it. You've got platform fees, commissions on every trade you make, fees for data, the tiny differences in buy and sell prices. All of these little costs are like the houses cut in a poker game. The brokers and exchanges always get paid, which means the total pie available for traders is always shrinking.
So just how hard is it to win? Well, according to one analysis, a mind-blowing 99.9% of people who claim they're profitable traders are probably either flat out lying or they're the 1 in a million exception. The odds are just overwhelmingly not in your favor.
And here's why we get fooled. We're all victims of something called survivorship bias. We see the guy with the Lamborghini, we hear the success stories because they're loud and flashy. But we never hear from the thousands of people who quietly lose their life savings. Their silence makes success look way more common than it actually is.
Okay, so the math is brutal. We get it. But let's say you're a genius and you can overcome those odds. There's still an even bigger, more dangerous opponent you have to face. And that opponent is you.
You see, any pro trader will tell you there are 3 pillars to success. First, you need the right technology, your platforms, your tools. Second, you need a strategy, your plan, your knowledge. But that third pillar, psychology, that's the whole ballgame. It's where the war is truly won or lost.
And this is what's so wild. You can have the fastest computer and a brilliant, back-tested strategy, but really smart people, we're talking engineers, doctors, they still fail, and fail spectacularly. How is that possible?
Just listen to this from a new trader named Robert. After a couple of bad trades, he said, "I turned into the Incredible Hulk. I smashed at my keyboard like a savage. All logic, all strategy, just poof, gone. Replaced by pure, raw, destructive emotion. He knew what he was supposed to do, but in that moment, he just couldn't."
And this is not a rare thing. Here's a quote from a senior engineer in Silicon Valley who blew up half his account. What were his problems? Not the tech, not the strategy. His problems were fear and revenge trading. These are psychological meltdowns, and they can happen to anyone.
So if your own mind is the problem, what's the solution? Well, you have to adopt a professional mindset. The pros stop treating trading like a slot machine and start treating it like a serious business. And you know what the startup phase of a business looks like? It looks like this hockey stick curve. You have to expect and plan for a period of struggle and loss at the beginning. Seriously, the goal isn't to get rich on day one. The goal is just to survive long enough to figure out what you're doing.
So how do the pros get through it? They sure don't rely on gut feelings or random emotions. They use proven mental models, basically structured ways of thinking when everything is on the line.
One of the best ones comes from fighter pilots. It's called the OODA loop. Observe, orient, decide, and act. It forces you into a calm, repeatable process. You observe the market data, you orient yourself to what's really happening, you decide what to do based on your plan, and then you act on it. No hesitation.
But why do we even need a fancy system like that? Why is it so hard to just do the right thing?
Well, it's because our brains, our natural intuition, are just shockingly bad at understanding probability. Don't believe me? Let's try a famous puzzle, the Monty Hall problem. You're on a game show. 3 doors. Behind one is a brand new car, behind the other 2, goats. You pick door number 1. Then the host, Monty, who knows where the car is, opens door number 2, and burp, it's a goat. Now he turns to you and asks, do you want to stick with door number 1 or switch to door number 3? What does your gut scream at you to do? For almost everyone, the brain says, dude, there are 2 doors left. It's 50-50. It doesn't matter if you switch. It feels so obvious, so logical, and it is completely 100% wrong. Here's what the math says. You should always switch. Your first pick had a 1 in 3 chance of being right. That means there was a 2 in 3 chance the car was behind one of the other doors. When Monty opens a door to show you a goat, he's not changing those original odds. He's actually giving you new information and concentrating that entire 66% chance onto the one door you didn't pick. Switching literally doubles your chance of winning.
And that little brain bender brings us right to the ultimate takeaway. What's the one thing you absolutely need to remember from all of this?
It's this. Trading isn't one battle. It's a war on 2 fronts. You have the external battle, fighting against a tough negative-sum market. And then you have the internal battle, fighting against your own flawed brain. So the real question isn't just, can you beat the market? The real question is, can you master yourself?